In 2017, I bought Cardano at $1. It went all the way back to below 10 cents in the following years. Still, I was able to take profit in 2021. I wasn't so lucky with Redcoin, which was hyped up in 2017 and just never survived the bear market. So knowing which coins have the fundamentals to survive any type of bear market and will still be around in 4 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, it is important to make profits in the long term. Because I do think that even though markets go up and markets go down, crypto is here to stay and it ain't going anywhere anytime soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Crypto Boulevard. In this crypto crash survival series, we're gonna take a look at projects who can survive any type of bear market and who can get us hopefully profits over the long term, starting with the Polkadot ecosystem. If you think that this video is helpful or educational in any type of way, make sure to hit that like and hit that subscribe button to get more crypto insights. First and foremost, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research and wear big boy pants before you invest in crypto. With that being said, let's dive in. Polkadot was co-founded by Gavin Wood, who started out as a core developer of Ethereum and invented their smart contracts programming language called Solidity. With Ethereum having problems to handle more and more users and transactions, Polkadot was conceived as a scaling solution for blockchains. It consists of a main network called a relay chain and user-created networks called Parachains. The relay chain is the central chain for Polkadot. All validators of Polkadot are staked on that relay chain. Validators will verify all the transactions for the relay chain using DOT. By design, the relay chain has minimal functionality. For example, smart contracts are not supported for the relay chain. It can allow for a small number of transaction types, but the main responsibility is to coordinate the system as a whole, including the parachains. So apart from the relay chain, Polkadot can support a certain amount of slots. You can view these slots as a core of a computer's processor, doing all of the mathematical calculations in the Polkadot network. There are two subscription models of getting these slots, Parachains and Parathreads. You can view these parachains as sub-blockchains, which can all work together in an ecosystem coordinated by, like I said, the relay chain. These parachains are different projects with different applications, from privacy to e-commerce. But if one of those projects wants to become a parachain, they must get one of the limited available parachain slots. There will be around 100 slots in total, and they will be sold in a candle auction. Only when they win a slot, they can connect to Polkadot and reap the benefits. These slots are like parking spots in New York close to Times Square. High in demand and not easy to get, so they will be very valuable. The participants of the auction can bid in two ways, either with the funds raised with the help of the community, a so-called crowd loan, or if they have deep pockets with a wallet full of Polkadot tokens. They will have to put in a bid amount and the duration of the parachain slot. The minimum is going to be 6 months and the maximum will go up to 2 years. The parachain slot auction will have a beginning and an end time. In this picture that I found on Medium, in an article by Dan Reeser, we see that after the end time is over, the Polkadot system will generate a random end time with the red line in the picture. This determines the moment when the winner will be selected. It will prevent participants from bidding up the price at the end of the auction. With about 100 parachain slots on Polkadot, there will be a lot of auctions happening over time. It is important to realize that these auctions will be using the DOT token. Millions of tokens will be loaned out by the communities to help get projects a parachain. These DOT tokens will be staked on the relay chain for the duration of the parachain slot, and they will be out of the circulating supply. Once the parachain auctions go live, we can probably expect the price of the DOT token to rise in value due to the high demand. When the parachain ends, all contributions will be returned to the community. In return for loaning out the DOT tokens for a crowd loan, you will be rewarded by the project in their native token, based on their reward system. After a slot expires, a project can host another crowd loan, or it can become a parathread instead of a parachain, or it can have built up enough capital to not need a crowd loan anymore and bid on a slot auction with their own funds. For now, we don't know all of the projects that will be participating in the slot auctions, but the possibilities are endless. It can be big whales trying to make a profit by selling their parachain for a higher price, or it can be institutional parachains, governments or Fortune 500 companies trying to adopt blockchain technology. I do think that the first parachains on the Polkadot network will do incredibly well in terms of growth. Now, apart from parachains, there are parathreads as well. Parathreads don't have to secure and lock funds like the parachains do, but they have more of a pay-as-you-go subscription model. For every block the parachain creates, there will be a fee. So this might be a preferable model for projects that will not create a lot of blocks, like for example oracles. Parathreads still have the same benefits of connecting to Polkadot like the full parachains do, the communication and security of the Polkadot ecosystem. There might even be a fee market developing for the parathreads in the future. On busy times, the fee would go up, and in times of low activity, there will be low fees. It will be possible for parathreads to upgrade to parachains and the other way around. If a parachain does not have enough usage or can no longer pay for a parachain slot, they won't be kicked out of the ecosystem completely, but they can just produce blocks when necessary, like a parathread. Lastly, there are so-called common good parachains. Instead of having to pay for an auction slot, they will be granted a parachain through a community referendum. There are 10 to 30 slots reserved for projects that are critical to the network, and it will be voted on which one of the projects could secure a spot. For example, a governance parachain could move all of the governance from the relay chain to a parachain. This is a system-level chain and it can make the entire network more efficient. The relay chain will have more capacity to validate parachains. Basically, the relay chain will delegate some of its work to a parachain. Another example of a common good parachain is a public utility chain. These chains can add a functionality to the entire network that doesn't exist yet. Stakeholders of the network that do the voting must really see value added with the new functionality to give up a parachain slot for free. Examples could be bridges, generic asset chains, or smart contract platforms, all using the DOT token as their native asset. These public utility chains will probably be rare in getting a common good slot. It is more likely that system-level chains will be voted to receive a parachain. Now, apart from the Polkadot ecosystem, there is also the Canary network Kusama. This has the same network model of a relay chain and parachains, and it is a way of testing Polkadot in the real world. Kusama will have their first auctions anytime now, and when they give out the first announcement, the auctions will start 1 week later. Kusama auctions will be staked with the Kusama tokens, and they will probably have a lower entry fee than the Polkadot auctions, where all the big applications would want to participate. If everything goes smooth with the Kusama auctions, Polkadot will start its auctions not long after. I will dive into the Kusama auctions in a future video, so stay tuned for that. It is interesting to see that there are currently about 450 projects building for Polkadot, according to the Polka project website. Now that is a tongue twister. There will be projects as well that are not listed on this website, but most of these projects will probably want to start on a Kusama parachain first, so there will be high demand for both the Polkadot parachains as for the Kusama parachains. Another great way of checking out which projects will go for a parachain is to look for projects on the Rococo testnet. Basically, this is a public testnet for Polkadot to try out the parachain processes and the parachain projects itself without any real economic circumstances, unlike Kusama, where there is actual money flowing in and out of the ecosystem. Akala Network was the first project to secure a parachain on the Rococo testnet. If we look, for example, at the roadmap of Paralink, a multi-chain Oracle platform, we can see that they plan to launch on the Rococo testnet in Q3, Kusama parachains in Q4, and after that they want to have a Polkadot parachain in the future. if they are able to do so. Now, there are several reasons why I think that Polkadot will survive any bear market. For one, it wants to work together with the Ethereum blockchain to help with the growing demand of users and transactions rather than being an ETH killer. There is so much hype and excitement around the Polkadot ecosystem as well, and they have a huge network that is only growing. It isn't going away anytime soon. It is just beginning. With all of the Parachains coming, millions and millions of Polkadot tokens will be locked and staked on the Relay chain, so it will take away a huge chunk from the 1 billion total supply. So even though prices might crash in the bear market, I think they will recover in the next bull run. And we've seen it time over time. Even if you've bought Bitcoin in 2017 or 18 at the all-time high and you would have hodled, you would still be in the profit 4 years later. So if you want to invest in Polkadot, I cannot advise you on when it's the right time to buy the dip, because I cannot look into the future. Personally, I will just be holding my Polkadot tokens for years and see after a few years what the damage or profits will be, because I think that this ecosystem will take off in the future. But like I said, this is not financial advice. Now, apart from all of this hopium, there are some challenges as well on the road to success. For one, this is all new tech. It has never been done before, and it is complex material. It is to be expected that there will be some technical issues or network issues down the line. It is also not likely that the first parachains will be able to have cross-chain communication, which is basically meaning that in the beginning the Polkadot ecosystem will consist of 100 different and isolated blockchains, rather than being one smooth and seamless ecosystem. The result could be a poor user experience, as we have seen with Ethereum, but time will tell if this is the case or what the solutions will be for the challenges ahead. In any case, all of Cryptoland is eagerly waiting for the first auctions on Kusama and Polkadot, and so am I. Alright everybody, this is it for this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the Polkadot auctions. You want to see more crypto? Please make sure to hit that subscribe and hit that like button, and I will see everybody in the next vid. I'm out. Peace.